49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they finally get their chance on offense, 1st and 10. They begin on the ground with Guerrero. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Purdy going to give it to Guerrero. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Well, let's be honest about the whole thing. When you're looking for a reliable set of hands on 3rd down, the first thought is often not fullback. But that's who they turn to there, and he does a nice job of securing the football and picking up the first down.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right.
Out of the gun, Purdy.
And he will go down. A Cowboy sack.
Osa Odighizuwa.
Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Now Purdy, he's going to change the look here. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. Third and 20. Purdy.
Connects with Kittle underneath. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
Kyle Shanahan's made the decision. They're going on 4th down.
Throwing here, Purdy.
Flushed out right.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Now they'll change things up. Now Purdy.
Eluding the pressure right.
That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco.
A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the 49ers have now taken the lead.
Well, down here, I thought they were going to hand that off. Instead, a well-designed play and the pitch and catch for the touchdown.
And I wonder who came up with it. Was it a call from the bench? Did the quarterback have a good idea and suggest it? In any event, clearly an effective play call. They saw something they liked in coverage, and they targeted it for the short yardage throw.
And the perfect way to cap their opening drive. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And that's going to be short of the landing zone. It doesn't make it there, so that means the ball is going to come out to the 40.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Prescott. Under pressure, and down he goes.
That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. No way for them to go to the football, led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Prescott from the gun.
Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Prescott. He's going to air one out.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Niners are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Here's Guerrero on 1st down.
And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
And Purdy, he's going to shift him around into something else. Another try for Guerrero.
And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
Purdy now to throw.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. Hands up forcing the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Purdy. He's got the hookup downfield to Samuel.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A gain there of 30 big ones. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Now they'll change things around before the snap. Purdy from the gun.
That's to McCaffrey, complete. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Purdy will look to throw again here.
Rolling to his right. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Purdy looking to throw.
Buying time to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
And once he escaped the pocket there, he tried to keep those eyes downfield, but nothing was materializing. So he makes a smart move and gets that to the sideline.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
Here's Purdy.
Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half.
And it's a pretty good return here, so he'll get this up to the 29.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 9. Now Samuel.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down at about the length of the football.
Here's 3rd and a few inches. Purdy will set up to throw it here.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the 3rd quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force the incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down.
They'll go for it. Here's Purdy.
Flush to his right. Tries to hit Jennings, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis.
And the Cowboys will take over possession here up at the 44.
That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
Following the interception, here's Prescott.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Throwing, Prescott. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Prescott. Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
Has not been a big game for him throwing the football. I think he feels like, let's try something different. Let's use the legs here and see if we can make some plays.
And no passing touchdowns, yardage not where he would like it. Try something new, it worked there.
Talanoa Hufanga in on the stop. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Being chased out left. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for 1st downs instead of airing it out.
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the 2nd half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here.
Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Ferguson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
On the ground with Vaughn.
And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
Hat tip to that offensive line. They're clearing some holes, even down here deep in the red zone. And that's a nice pickup on the ground on 1st and goal.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Dowdle is in. Touchdown, Dallas. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And we are even at 10 apiece. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Purdy.
They'll get this into the hands of Ayuk.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this third quarter of play. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. Knotted up here at 10. That's our score as we begin quarter number 4.
So from the 37, here's 2nd and 3.
Looking to throw. Purdy. And this is going to be intercepted.
Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
They run here with Dowdle.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. To throw is Prescott.
Big strides, look at him go.
And down to the 29-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they've become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Vaughn on 1st and 10.
Sheds off the tackle, and they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
What's the old adage, partner? Don't judge the book by its cover, because this guy, he takes the mantra that he'll go down with a brisk gust of wind and sets it on its head. Great effort there to break a tackle and come up with a nice gain.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. On the run, it's Dowdle.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
2nd and 7.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down, but they are in field goal range already.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Prescott now. Throw left side complete. That's Ferguson.
Yeah, the Cowboys are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here's first and goal.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. Stopped short. Down at the 1. Had the broken tackle, but couldn't get it all the way home. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Cowboys have broken our tie and have taken a fourth-quarter lead. Aubrey good with a PAT.
And that makes it a 17-10 score.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. They'll come up first and 10 here. Purdy to throw.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. To throw is Purdy.
Dancing to his left. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. An audible here to get a new look. Purdy, big 4th down play. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Just obviously a gigantic play by the defense here. You see where we're at in the 4th quarter, Charles. 4th and long, they felt like they had to make a big play through the air, but it's the defense, not that offense, that comes up with the huge play.
And I love the countenance of the defenders. So calm, so ready, no nerves and evidence at all. And they came through with a big play that has them on the verge of a victory.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. This is 1st and 10.
Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. But no reason for that from any wide receiver.
Oftentimes, you don't even hear the snap count, right? You just look inside, make sure the ball moves, then you take off. How he didn't do that is beyond me.
Throwing, Purdy.
Eluding the pressure right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Get after him, offense. Run it up the gut.
Purdy to throw. Pass complete, Samuel. And he'll have a quick 1st down here as he gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Let's control the trenches. Put some points on the scoreboard. 19 tight.
Here's Purdy to throw.
And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Well, it's pretty difficult to sum it up offense in a 2-minute drill. When your guys have struggled to put points on the board all afternoon, there's an incompletion right there.
That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk.
And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 40.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And, Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. Just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Santa Clara.
Next to some of the northernmost waters of the beautiful Chesapeake Bay, we're at M&T Bank Stadium near Baltimore's Inner Harbor. Punter Mitch Wishnowsky ready to do the honors. And we're off from Baltimore. Deontay Hardy to return. And he's well across the 45, almost all the way to midfield before going out.
Special teams always play an important role in ball games, and it does right here from the jump. That's going to give the offense terrific field position for this opening drive.
The drive begins with Henry. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down. We've slated downs to approach here from the 40. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And there was really nowhere to go there. Just a small push to the 37. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
From the 37. Complete Derrick Henry. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Bernardo Green with that tackle. The stop made that time by the rookie from Florida State.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Third and 2. Here's Jackson. And that's knocked away. The linebacker got him in the middle of the field. Incomplete.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Shotgun snap to Jackson. He has room past the 25. They go for it on 4th down and get it in a big way, 25 yards there.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
They've made it to 1st and goal on their opening drive, hoping to start this game with 6. Working inside the red zone. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. Handoff headed right to Henry. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. Give him 4 yards, and they're sitting on 3rd and goal now.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Henry. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
Three plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Intercepted in the end zone. Dre Greenlaw picks it off. And the 49ers get the football on the first turnover of the contest.
Red zone defense. It is a part of the practice week at least twice, Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays, because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away. That is a gold star effort by the defense.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Purdy throwing here to start. He'll get it to Brandon Ayuk. And he gets this one up to the 10-yard line. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They're looking at second and pretty short. So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost them 5 yards. Offense to the line for second down. Running it after the penalty. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Putting the tight end in motion. On third down, Purdy. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. First time this game they've looked to it. So that brings up 4th and long.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Throwing from his own end zone. Kittle brings it in. Left the offense out there on 4th down, Brock, and look at the result. A big gain. They got 15 and the first.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Pretty throwing here on first. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. To throw again, it's Purdy. He's on the move. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up third down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Complete to Pearsall. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Putting a receiver in motion. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's only able to manage 1 yard, and that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Pearsall there to grab it. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Purdy on first down. Finding Pearsall. And he goes out. Just needed one more step there to reach midfield.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage. Second
and 6 coming up here. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Throw on third down. And it's incomplete, so that's going to bring up fourth down. Couldn't find Deebo Samuel on that throw. And they're going to be stuck with a fourth and long.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Running back sent in motion. Purdy trying on fourth down. They connect for the first. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. 49ers moving quickly, trying to get their offense to the line. First down throw by Purdy. And he gets him around 6 there. Nate Wiggins getting up to end that play. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. The third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
From the 34. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's third down.
Well, if nothing else, that proves they're not afraid to take a shot on any given snap. And with enough looks, eventually, one's going to connect.
Third and short. Here's Purdy. That's complete to Kittle on the sideline. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it brings up a San Francisco first down. From the red zone now. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. Nate Wiggins has got it. Well, Brock, they get an early opportunity here inside the red zone, but nothing comes of it after that interception.
Yeah, no question, Kate. You expect that this won't be their last chance or the last time they get in the red zone. This will, or at least should, be the last chance that it ends in a pick. They're going to take that Microsoft Surface tablet. Everybody is. They're going to pull that play up, and most important, they're going to try to identify what happened so it doesn't happen again.
Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Lamar now from the gun. He's got Andrews. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
It's gonna be a good game, boys.
Second and 6 coming up here. From the 31. Pass into the hands of Devontae Walker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
I That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Lamar throwing again. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Talanoa Hufanga makes the play. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running the back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Hayward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Purdy setting up that play action. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Back to the air on second, Purdy. This is reeled in by Jawan Jennings. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. From the gun is Purdy. Nams along that sideline, Samuel. And he reaches the 30 before going out of bounds. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's a 49er 1st down. Purdy to throw it. Into the hands of Kittle. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
Quickly looking left, and it's complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Receivers running the ball, well, that's become commonplace in the NFL now, and that includes down here in the red zone. In close, a lot less space to work with. You really love your most elusive players to get their hands on the ball.
Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. This has been a trend, yet another interception. And the Ravens finally see their return stopped. They're going to take over following the interception at the 45-yard line. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the... in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
They'll run here on first down. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Just one.
That's the end of the third quarter with the score.
Second down now, 7 to go. Now here's Lamar. Completes this one to Hill. And they make the tackle at the 38. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Kate, I can promise you, you go back and look at the most efficient offenses in the NFL over the last couple decades, one thing will resonate. You've got to be able to attack the middle of the field. It's great to do it with receivers. It's awesome with tight ends. But when you get that influence from your running backs, man, you become a dangerous offense to stop.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Before that play clock can reach 0, John Harbaugh signals for a timeout. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. New set of downs for him at the 38.
Let's go now.
And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
From the gun, Jackson. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. They'll run it from the gun. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. It's a 6-yard gain. They're going to have 4th and 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Ravens down by a touchdown. Offense looking confident, but they need 4 here on 4th down. Back to throw it. That's caught beyond the marker. Lions find a way to tie it late. It's a Taz Walker touchdown. So it was touchdown or bust here on this drive, Brock. A field goal wouldn't have done it, but they get the score they needed, and now a critical extra point forthcoming.
And now what I love, the pressure shifts to the other sideline. They do have some time left on the clock, and remember, all they're going to need is a field goal to go out and steal this one in the end.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. And not a bad place for them to start, up past the 30-yard line.
Trailing by one score late here, Kate. Maybe this is the return. Maybe this is what helps them get right back into it. Good field position now to start their most important series yet of this game.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Setting up to pass. Connection made to Isaac Garindo. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. 49ers moving quickly, trying to get their offense to the line. He'll look to throw it. That's low and bounces short of his man. That was intended for Deebo Samuel. And that leaves him with 3rd and short. Looking to throw it. That's caught for the first. Still has some space inside the 35. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Garindo. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. 49ers moving quickly, trying to get their offense to the line. Going to the ground again on 1st. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3. Trying to set this up quick. Now we get a timeout, and with just 2 seconds left, this game has set us up with an incredible ending. So everything comes down to this from Jake Moody. Only 20-yarder here. The kick is good. He got it. So it's a win for the visiting 49ers. And it took everybody at the end. First to set up that field goal, and then for him to go out and win it with that accurate kick. It wasn't a dominating win by any means, partner, but a great show of resiliency to fight back and steal it away. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the 49ers as we say so long from Baltimore.
From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Here's the Australian-born punter Mitch Wishnowsky to get things going. And we are underway from Santa Clara. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. Headed straight, it's Pacheco.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
From the 42-yard line, here's second down and 8.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
Following the fumble recovery, Purdy. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now Purdy.
The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 41-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Once more, Purdy looking to throw.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Shotgun now with Purdy.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 27-yard line.
That's another 49er.
Purdy looking to throw.
Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10.
And they'll send the tight end in motion.
Again, it's Purdy to throw it.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
And the Niners are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Purdy from the gun.
Sliding out of the pocket. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers.
Jerron Jennings.
A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the 49ers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Moody good with the extra point.
And that makes the score 7-0.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this ball is not going to get to the 20, so this is going to be whistled dead, and the ball's going to be placed up at the 40-yard line.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Pacheco gets it up the gut.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes.
They'll check this one down to Pacheco.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. To throw, it's Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th.
They'll run for it with Pacheco.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Now here's Mahomes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
From the 35, here's a 2nd down and 9.
Now Mahomes. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
Pacheco. is into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City.
We got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pad?
Means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people to power his way forward.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And we are tied at 7. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. Purdy will set up to throw it here. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Here's Purdy. Throws the out route and completes it to Samuel.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Back to throw, Purdy.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
Here's 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Purdy now to throw.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Out of the gun, Purdy.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
2nd down and 3.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Purdy.
Connects with Kittle underneath. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Throwing here, Purdy.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
2nd and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Purdy sets up to throw again. Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 30. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Purdy tosses out wide, complete.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Kyle Juszczyk from 4 yards out.
And the 49ers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Moody good with the extra point.
And that makes the score 14-7.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown.
And he'll be out of bounds at midfield, so a solid return to the 50.
After return to midfield, I just wish we could open up the heads of the offensive and defensive coordinators, because right now the wheels have to be spinning because things just changed. Offensive playbook just opens up, and now defense. Do you play aggressively or do you lay back a little bit to try and calm things down?
From midfield, here's Mahomes. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's Mahomes to throw.
That one into the hands of Hopkins downfield.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Mahomes now to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And with 1 second left, they get the timeout. And they'll have a chance to kick the field goal before intermission. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Butker's kick here is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well, as we are back and started in the second half. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now Purdy. That's complete out left to Ayuk. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7. Purdy looking to throw.
And this is caught. Jennings. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That goes for a gain of 31. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, down at the 33.
This is Samuel.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
shotgun now with Purdy.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Fourth down try. Here's Purdy. That's complete to Pearsall.
And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Back to throw. Purdy. And he's got it. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
You see Purdy, he's going to shift him around.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Fighting through pressure. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And this one is right through. And that moves them up by a touchdown now at 17-10. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes.
They'll check this one down to Pacheco.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
Now Mahomes steps away. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Here's 1st and 10.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs.
Xavier Worthy
from 13 yards out.
And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
All tied up. Less than 2 minutes to go.
Here's 1st down.
Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Purdy to throw. Finding Samuel.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
One of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now Samuel.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Throwing, Purdy.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel.
And he's going to get out of bounds with the first. And they are knocking on the door of field goal range now. Here's Purdy to throw.
To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
Purdy to throw.
Open man is Samuel, complete. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Here's Purdy. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
To throw is Purdy. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Here's second down and 3. Out of the gun, Purdy.
That's Samuel, caught left side. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Now first and goal. Here's Samuel.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now from the 9, here's second and goal.
A loss of 2. Brings up second and
Throwing here, Purdy.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the home of the Cardinals, State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. Just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for the Pitt product, James Conner. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Murray. He gets that to his big target, Trey McBride. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
This pass defense, it just has to be better than this, Mike. They have to do a better job accounting for everybody in their coverages. They have to play their defense exactly according to the plan. Because if not, this quarterback has enough weapons, he can spread the ball out and find the open space.
They'll run it on first down with Connor. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop. Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
And that one not placed as well as he had hoped. It's all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. For an opener, Purdy to throw. The pressure there got to him. He's hit as he threw it, and that pass falls incomplete.
The defense had their sights set on making a big play one way or another. First, it was the initial pressure. They thought they had the quarterback for a sack, but then they get their hands on the ball, and I think if you're this offense walking back into the huddle, Mike, an incomplete pass there, probably the best possible outcome. I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
On third down, it's Purdy. Caught. This is Ayuk. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down mark.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
They'll motion over Samuel. They're indeed going for this. It's Purdy. And he will have that first down. Taking a chance here early in the game, but they convert on 4th down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
To throw once more, it's Purdy. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
Throwing again is Purdy. He'll look deep, left sideline.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan. As
under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. So that'll do it for a fast-moving first quarter of play. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Greg and I back here in Glendale after this. No move for the punt team. The offense staying out there for 4th down. They'll go with Purdy. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on downs.
You know, Mike, you could almost just look down in the huddle, and the players are looking at the sideline like, Coach, isn't the punt team going to come out? And the coach was having none of it. He says, no, you're staying on the field. We're being aggressive all day long, and we're going to go pick up this first down.
That is caught at the 3. And he gets marked out of bounds, but inside the 5-yard line. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. They'll run it here, and it's Connor. And he will power his way into the end zone. James Conner, touchdown, Arizona.
When you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. Man in motion here is Jennings. Quick throw here is complete. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big.
This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. Fourth down coming up. So Kittle comes in motion. On fourth down, they snap it to Purdy. Oh, the blitz gets there. He is sacked, and they will turn it over on down.
I think there's certain times, Mike, throughout the game that call for a very aggressive style of play. I'm just not quite sure this was one of those situations, but I guess we'll see how it plays out throughout the rest of the game.
On the handoff, it's Connor. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They go play action with Murray. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
3rd down, 3 to go. Working out of the gun, Murray. He pulls it in around the 5. And the Cardinals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 3. 15 yards to pick up. Good for a 1st down. From the 1-yard line, 1st down and goal. Connor going to try to pull his way in. And he will fight his way to the end zone. James Conner, touchdown Cardinals. His 2nd touchdown of this first half. So now, Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. Then you say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half, putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase 1st downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small. And oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove.
The Niners will use the first of their timeouts. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in the 2nd quarter. Purdy on 1st down. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one. He's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. Play fake. Now it's Purdy. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down. Like living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
They're going. Here's Purdy. And that is not going to work. Incomplete. And they